With Ammut officially becoming a member of the MCU, I honestly didn't know anything about her or what her role was in Egyptian mythology, or even in the Marvel Universe in general, so after reading everything I could about her, I believe I have enough information to share with you guys on who she is in Marvel and Egyptian mythology in general. So, let's get started. Ammut is known as devourer of the dead and is made up of the three largest man-eating animals to ancient Egyptians. She has the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the back end of a hippo. Ammut in mythology and in the comics have a very similar, if not the exact same role, and that is to help judge the dead. When someone would die, they would be judged by the scales of justice. They would weigh the person's worthiness for the afterlife by weighing the person's heart versus the feather of Ma'at. If the feather was heavier than your soul, you were deemed as a good person and you could pass through. But if your heart outweighs the feather, Ammut, who would stand by the scales, would end up eating you. Ammut is considered to be a sphinx in the comics who would give you riddles, and she serves the god Ma'at, who is the personification of truth, justice, and cosmic order over humans and other deities. Ammut herself has only been seen a few times in the comics. She first appeared in The Sword of Conan number 196 in April of 1992. And with her introduction, we first only saw her as just a monster with no dialogue, because we'd see her here in 196 and then 10 issues later in number 206. And as time would pass in the comics, we'd see her more in series like Mystic Arcana, Hellstorm, Son of Satan, and Moon Knight. In Mystic Arcana, we would actually see longtime ex-con Magique travel to the past, and this is where she would meet Ammut and guarding the Throne of Bone and the Halls of Ma'at, which stored the Sword of Bone, which was a powerful magic sword that could only be wielded by the pure of heart, and is considered to be a cornerstone of creation. In Hellstorm, Son of Satan, we'd meet Ammut again, who would stand there as Hellstorm would be judged by the scales of justice, and when his soul was deemed unworthy for him to move on, she would end up eating Hellstorm, just like in Egyptian mythology. And finally, in her most recent appearance in the comics, we have seen her play probably her biggest role in Marvel, which was in Moon Knight Volume 8. She pretends to be a counselor in a mental institute named Dr. Ammut, who would imprison Moon Knight and try to convince him that he was just Mark Spector and that he lived in a false reality that he created in his own mind by watching Moon Knight on TV. Now, as you guys can see, there's not a lot about Ammut in Marvel. So with Disney Plus's new series, Moon Knight, being out and just being released, we don't know exactly what purpose they serve. So obviously, if you've seen episode 1, and this is a bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear about it, I would just probably stop the video here. But if you do want to hear about it, I'll let you guys have a second. Alright, that's all you're getting. Anyways, so we see that the scales of justice are somewhat seen in the tattoo with our supposed new antagonist. I believe we're going to see more of Ammut, and I think since we don't see much of Marvel lore with her in it, I think we're probably going to reflect more on Egyptian mythology, maybe with a little twist at the end because it is comic books. So tell me what you guys think. Are you guys interested in Ammut and what she's going to do in Moon Knight's new series? Do you guys think there should be more of her in the comics? Or maybe you guys have more information on her that you've seen in Marvel that I haven't seen. I would love to know. So other than that, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay strong, stay healthy, and I'll check you guys out later. See ya.